Good morning. Of course, when I come live, the commercial comes on. I had all this great Christmas music playing, and then as soon as I go live, here comes the commercials. Good morning, Valtopia. Hey, honey, it's Val Cripps, and I'm here for your morning stream. I got some good stuff coming through. I got to go get my kids, and I have my Saturday stuff to do, but this message wants to come through, so I'm coming on live. So let me share this to my page so we get our crew on. And you can share it too, because I'm going to talk about something today that's really important, that's affecting a lot of people. It's a lot of people. And those of you that I'm working with right now are freedom entrepreneurs. And there's a good chance if you're a freedom entrepreneur, you've been through the fire. And so if this is you, I want you to stay tuned, because this is really important. It's about your body, it's about your energy, and it's about your well-being, okay? And that's why I was like, I got to come on today. This is too juicy. I always feel that way, but I'm just loading up the stream and going to share it here. Say hello if you're here. Let me know if you're watching the playback. Let me know. And you can hear I'm a little bit snotty. I partied a little bit too much last weekend, and I don't do that anymore. So my body was like, who are you and what is this tequila stuff? I just don't know. All right, I'm sharing this to my page. Tracy, hi, how are you? What's happening, honey? Okay, so I have this light. Let's see, do I need more light? Hi, everybody. And I don't think I introduced myself. If you're tuning into this playback or you're watching live, I'm Val Cripps. I'm Val Cripps. I'm an artist, and I'm your cosmic shamama. I have a beautiful business where I support incredible people around the world, virtually and in person, mostly just virtually, through energetic mindset transformation. You know, all of us experience things in life where we don't like what's happening, and then we carry that with us forward. And that's what I want to talk to you about today, because I think those of you who work with me tend to fit a certain profile. Look at me, I got all hot all of a sudden. I'm like all hot and sweaty. Those of you who work with me have a tendency towards perfectionism. You're high achievers, right? So you like to get things right, and maybe you've had a difficult life, and now you're coming into so much more ease because you've made it that way. You've chosen to live a better life. You've chosen to come up out of what you were living, and it's fucking hard, right? You had to overcome difficulties, and you had to learn to stand in your value, and you had to learn to not protect your boundaries, to establish boundaries. You had to learn what your real standards were versus the ones that maybe your family taught you. And what's happening, what I'm seeing, and what the subject of this live stream is about, and that I really want you guys to pick up today, is that many of us don't express anger. It's not safe. We're not allowed to. We don't even really know how to tap into it. Somewhere at a really young age, or even in our culture, as women, whatever, for whatever reason, you can probably identify with this. Perhaps you don't really know how to express your anger. And I want to tell you what happens when we don't express our anger. It becomes trapped in our body. I want to tell you, I'm going to skip straight to what happens when you release trapped anger in your body. We're going to talk about all the problems that causes, but let's go straight to the end result and why you need to know this, because that's what's going to motivate your ego mind, right? Your ego mind's like, yeah, we're good. We don't need this. But the truth is, when you release anger from your body, you begin to, first of all, you feel better. You open up your energy field. You begin to tap into your passion and your purpose. When the anger rises up, underneath the anger is your suppressed desire and passion and everything energetically that will create momentum and power for you as you expand into those passions. Let me know if this resonates for you, if you're curious, if you're excited about this. Hey, Ames. Hi, Melissa. Welcome. So, I want you to talk to me about repressed anger. I want you to tell me, what's going on with you. The people that I'm specifically working with, I'm calling freedom entrepreneurs, because here's what happens. Many of us have been living one life, and we've been pursuing our passion very much on the side and the down low, right? Because it's our passion, so it's our secret desire. So we don't want anybody to know about it, because we don't want anybody to shoot it down or to doubt us, and we want to grow this thing in a safe way, right? And so as you suppress and deny and hide what's so important to you, you get layers and layers and layers of energy over what's really truthfully guiding you. And that's what causes this feeling of disconnect from your soul or your inspiration or your passion. I experienced it as a profound split. Let me take a sip of this delicious coffee, honey. All of the teaching, the guidance that came through school or society or whatever, for me, taught me that creativity isn't a way to make money and that your passions need to be tamped down. I mean, there's all this information that I learned, and I'm sure you probably learned, that teaches you otherwise than what that you were born to do and what you choose to do. And that can, when you first feel it as a kid, you probably do get angry and let your anger out. And your parents are like, hey, now you need to learn to control that, suppress that, calm down. And then you learn a method of suppressing your anger, and you grow into your adulthood, and you still haven't learned how to express that emotion. And it's inside of you. And like for many of us, myself included, that little child inside of you is still wanting to express those energies. Hey, Keisha, you inspired this live stream with your coloring. So I want to talk about, Keisha's been coloring in my Valtopia expansive coloring book. And she's daily going through the pages and sharing in Valtopia, my free group, what's coming through this expansive coloring journey. And I was so illuminated by your message yesterday when you said that, oh, my ear is just ringing like crazy, whoever just came on, the last person after Keisha. Or maybe it's you, Keisha, probably. You said that I said, how does it feel to release all those layers? And you said, as the anger releases, first of all, I'm aware of how angry I was and I didn't even know, right? Hidden anger. And then as the anger rises up, your passions are coming to the surface and you're getting so much clarity. This is from enjoying my $8 coloring book. I mean, you're a powerful guide and you know how to do the work. So that's another thing I want to add in. But I've had a lot of people go through the coloring book that are not versed in self-help or meditation or tapping or anything, and they've had a similar experience. So it's amazing, isn't it? And I want to share this for those of you that watch me. I know a lot of you watch me that watch the replay and you never say anything, and that's cool. I'm fine with it. Many of you are creatives and you want to believe in your creative dreams. Can you just listen to me right now? This is not a pitch at all right now. I'm always pitching because my work is medicine and it changes lives, and I will always be showing up pitching what I have for you because I fully believe in it and I want us to all rise up together. And I want to share with you as a human being how challenging it's been to believe in my medicine because it's obscure and esoteric and interesting and amazing, right, Keisha? So I think all of us have this sense about our extra senses and our artwork and our gift, that maybe it's not valid, or is it really having the impact that we feel, or am I really having the impact that I am being guided to? Yes, you are. If you're doubting it, it's only because you're out of integrity. Not like, oh, you're a dick, you're out of integrity. It means that there's parts of you that are still trapped in other versions of you that haven't yet embodied the person that is calling you, that you are actually coming into, that is guiding you, that you are, allowing yourself to become. And at any one time, you can have the perspectives of the former you kind of going, me, and then the future you going, come on, right? And the more work we do to be quiet within ourselves, like taking Val's coloring book, the Valtopia coloring book, and being with yourself and being aware of the sensations in your body and what that means for you and how that's shifting for you, each and every little tiny awareness day to day. That's the kind of self-awareness that leads to this cohesion of your parts and pieces, and conscious choice to say, well, I don't want to speak about that anymore because that isn't me anymore. I don't want to bring that forward with me. And I'm choosing to embody this thing that I feel so deeply. Believe in yourselves, back yourselves. The more all in you leap and believe in and back yourselves, the more rapidly that part of you that is knowing comes into strength and leadership. Let yourself lead with your cosmic genius. Let yourself lead with your creativity. And for many of us, for example, with Keisha, she came into my field of awareness a few weeks ago, and we were having just a little discussion on a thread about manifestation. And she was describing to me how when she tried this amazing exercise, she was able to manifest, but it freaked her out, and all of her body reacted in a painful way. That to me was like, oh, we got work to do together. We got work to do together, because you're a powerful creator and a powerful manifester, and your past lives and your past energy in your body is telling you, ooh, don't do that, whether it's your religious programming or your cultural programming. And that's all just a construct. It's all just a construct. Hi, Kira. Melissa says, my recent artwork to flow out the repressed. That's good. Yeah, me too. I'm starting some paintings to release. So when you find yourself reaching for more and everything in your body goes painful or sick, that's a sign not that you're not allowed to have that or grow. That's a sign that you have some work to do around releasing the fearful energy in your body that's triggered when your higher self, when your leadership self says, come on, girl, we got this. Let's rise up. You know? I think many people stop at that limit, that physical limitation. And there are so many powerful, simple ways to release that energy from your body. You can go get my coloring book on Amazon for $8 and go through it every day with us in the group, and I will comment and support you that way. And you can sign up with me one-to-one and actually really do a deep excavation. The thing about it is there's so many layers, and if you're doing it alone, it's easy to retract or retreat into what you've known, or to not understand and move beyond what you kind of understand, right? And that's why we do these deep works. Hi, Kara. So think about the anger anger. Just think about how you deal with anger. Are you aware when you're angry? What does it feel like? Where do you feel it in your body? And do you let yourself express that anger? Chances are, if you're watching me and you've been wanting to work with me, you don't. Chances are that you don't recognize when you're angry, or you don't know how to express it, or you don't feel safe to express it to the people around you, or you can't be bothered, you think it'll disrupt things. And it's actually way more destructive for you to hold on and retain that energy. It's keeping you stuck in a version of you. It may be keeping you fluffy. I've been saying fluffy. When I'm talking about fluffy, we're not talking about superficial being visually sexy. I'm talking about you're fucking inflamed. Your body is fluffy and puffy because you are holding on energetically and emotionally to things, and you are doing the work. Like I know people that are feeling this way, and they work out and they do meditation and everything. What's going on? Why isn't the work working? We need to get into the root. We need to get into the root of your energetic foundation and open up all the energy centers and release the old version of you that's holding on to what it knows and is familiar with, and let that anger turn into passion and purpose. Debbie, please look at my webpage on Valtopia.com, and there's an application form. I would love to get to know you and see if we're an aligned fit. I would love to. Tell me a little bit more about you. Every time you say fluffy, I'm like, yup. Yeah, it's not a visual thing, right? It's not about being hot physically. Although when you feel great, you are physically hot. Hot is an energy, as we say, right? Kara says she expresses it and then feels bad, right? Okay, so anger that then that leads to guilt, holding on to it, Kara. You're like, oh, okay, let me get this out. Now let me feel guilty about it and bring it back in. That's the part of you that doesn't want to change. That's the part of you that feels safe in what it knows. And that person, I speak from experience, is a resistant little bitch. And I need to find me to clear mine, because I fucking clear that for other people like a boss. That is my gift. I nicknamed myself the excavator. It's easy for me. And that's probably why some of you find me incredibly fucking irritating. I come in there energetically and I'm like, and I dig it all up just by talking to you, just by connecting with you. It's my job. It's my job to stir up what isn't settled within you and bring it into integration, into a nice cohesive unity. It's a co-creation. I think people do get scared when somebody like me says, I'm a shamama and I can twerk your stuff. It's like, it's a co-creation. It's about being in my energy and with me and feeling and hearing my words. I have a lot of experience. I've shifted hundreds of people and myself, and I've been through this for several years. And the work is the work. And the effects that we have is that this is what it is. So let yourself understand that energetic frequencies connect both sides of your brain and create chain reactions in your body that lead to transformation and alchemy. And that is my jam, honey. And in addition to the transformational alchemy with the energy, it's about the discussion that happens afterwards. And I think that's what makes me unique as well, is that the calibration after you've activated to higher level, the recalibration to that daily until it becomes who you are, that part is key. Because you can go and get your DNA activated and meet with amazing shamans and go take drugs and have shifts. But if you don't know how to bring that back and integrate it into your life every day until it feels normal to you, you're probably going to slip back. You may not ever slip back to where you were because now you have an awareness of difference. And that's even worse, to be in that limbo. Like, oh, I shifted and felt fabulous. Oh, I slipped back. Fuck, what do I do now? Because then your mind's like, well, that shit doesn't work, and I don't know how to do it, and last time it didn't work. If I've had clients come to me, and they're like, I've been trying this for 15, 20 years. What you got? And I'm like, give me an hour. Give me an hour, baby. It's fine. And we change. But the work afterwards, the recalibration, is vital. And that's why I only work with a few people at a time, one-to-one, because the work is intense. Your old self dying feels like you're dying. And depending on your level of sensitivity and emotional energy, it can be freaking crazy in a moment. It's just a moment in time. What the return on your investment, energetically, spiritually, consciously, it's huge. Because when you release that anger and your passion comes to the surface and you're no longer holding on to that old version of you and your future self energy becomes normal to you, you live in a different experience than you were. And you did it. You did it by allowing yourself to release the past and embody the future. So, Keisha says, my arms are inflamed. Yeah, the glow up is really... The glow up is essential. I drink this green shake and I take these amino acids. I started doing it in September and I've been working out pretty straight for a year now, since last October in 2018. And I this week I didn't work out because I had sick, which is not an excuse, but I didn't. But if you guys want if you want a really powerful change your routine supplement, private message me and I'll give you a link with a coupon. But it has changed my experience because I was healthy and eating light and working out and meditating, doing all this stuff. And when I added in this nutritional supplement, it really just added that extra level of lean clarity and energy and boost that I needed to really open up my clairs even more and have me connected. So, listen. If you love this stream and you're hearing this message, I want to just reiterate, and I want you to go look on my page. Debbie, I want you to go look on my page. I'll tag you. I wrote a post yesterday. It's long. It's a long post, but it is very detailed. And I channeled it yesterday for those of you that are going to book in for my 5K 6-week activation. It's called the Glow Up. It's a 90-minute session and 6 weeks daily support. That will be perfect. This is not for those of you who really have a huge amount of change. This is for those of you who are maybe feeling a little sluggish. You've already done a ton of work and you're finding that you're kind of slumping or regressing or you're feeling a little floppy, fluffy. This is because there are parts of you that are still unconsciously holding on to the trauma that you've been through. And we can... it may not be manifesting consciously in your life and you're like, come on, I did the work. I've done years of this modality and that. It doesn't matter. There's still some stuff in there that's calling forward a call to be witnessed, especially right now. The cosmic weather is really allowing that stuff to come up to the surface. So if you invest in additional energetic support, you're going to be rolling into 2020 with the clarity and connection to your highest energy. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited to see who those of you are. And I love those of you who've been applying in my Gmail. And the application is at the top of the form on valtopia.com, VALTOPIA.com. I will check it out. And if we are aligned, we get started today. We can get started today. So, if you've been like me through a lot of really difficult situations where you had to look yourself in the mirror and decide, I'm not going down like this. I'm not going down like this. This is not my life. I'm changing my life. I'm changing my paradigm. Chances are it was really difficult and you went through a lot. And chances are that stuff's still in your body and mind and spirit somewhere. And we can release that and regenerate it. It's not that we're clearing it and deleting parts of you. Because I was listening to this clearing that somebody sent me yesterday, and I loved all the topics. It was like, let's clear that, let's delete that, let's love and light that away. And it's like, no, that's not what we're doing here. What we're doing is witnessing parts and pieces of you that have been squashed down, suppressed, ignored, denied. And meanwhile, they're over here going, hey, what about me? And they're literally cock blocking the stuff that you want. So we're not going to delete that part of you. That'd be fucked up. What we're actually doing is deleting all the energy of attachment around this idea of you, and we're integrating all these little parts of you, because that's you're you. That's a part of you laying dormant. That's a part of you like, hey man, hey bro, I'm over here. Can you come over here and help me up? And you're like, nah, that's okay. I don't need you. And so then they're like, well, fuck you then. You got to integrate those parts and pieces of you, and then you become this powerful, cohesive energy that is unstoppable and limitless, and you have so much more to offer yourself and your people, and I think that when we want to help others and we have goals and we have deadlines and we tend to get caught up in, that's cool, that sounds nice, but let me just do this over here first, and then don't do that. Okay, if you're like half energy doing stuff, and these guys are over here fucking with you, think about how much energy it takes to, shut up. Kara says, I love the way you describe things. So you're over here going, shut up. Yes, I have the best service for you. Shut up. Yeah, Let's quit that bullshit. It's worth every investment of your time to honor all parts of you, bring them into a cohesive, energetic space of you. And let love on those parts and pieces. And there might be parts and pieces of you that are actually plugged into other people, right? And they're way over there, plugged into other people energetically. We bring all those parts home. You're going to feel so much more clear, open, and empowered, because you will be returned and restored to you. Okay? So this is the Glow Up 6 weeks. It's a 90-minute session where we're going to get in there. We are going to talk about what's going on. We're going to assess where in your body, emotionally, energetically, what's happening. We're going to get to the root of it. We may not have the end like, oh, well, you were a witch, and that has happened. But for each of you, it's going to be different. But I'm in psychic empath, so I'll feel very tight with you. So it makes for a very great leadership, because when your ego mind's tripping and you're not sure, I feel it with you. So you feel that sense of, oh, fuck, she really feels with me. Like, this is happening. And then the energy actually shifts. We actually shift the energy. And I teach you how to tune in with yourself and take this practice with you forward in the 90 minutes. And we clear and flush and then we activate and regenerate those parts of you that have been dormant and bring you into that beautiful cohesion. I have an incredible technique that's just mine. It's intuitive. I also use the techniques that I've been certified in. And then you talk to me 6 weeks daily. That shit is gold, because once you've shifted, you feel amazing. And like I said, you can slip back because your ego mind is tripping. And I don't let you trip, babe. I don't let you trip. It's not up to me. You have to do the work, but you're there. You have somebody accountable with you day to day. And this isn't just a 24 to 48 hour touch point, right? I've had coaches like that are so big and amazing, and I fucking love them. But you send them a message in Voxer, you're all freaked out in the middle of your life with your kids and trying to figure out how to make your bills, and you leave a message and they go, well, blah, 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 and ask you a question, and then you're like, oh, yeah, and you come back and answer, and then I'll come back for another day or two. And you're like, but I'm living my life here. I'm there with you. I'm there with you. Obviously, I've got kids and other clients, and I'm living my life, but I only have a couple clients at a time, so you will be cared for deeply. That's what you're investing in. This is the daily accountability in sport. You're not investing in codependence. You're investing in co-creation. And I will be there without you through the day because virtually to ask you questions, to bring you back to that highest level of recalibration that we did on that first session together, your activation. This is so fucking kick-ass. I can't believe nobody signed up yet. Of course, I dropped it yesterday. Go to Valtopia.com if you want to know. If you are aligned, if you fill out the application, we do come through together, and we get on the phone, and it turns out you're more aligned for one of my other programs, chances are I will let you know. I will say, you know what? I think that Overflow is for you, or I think that Create Like a Boss is for you. But if you're ready to jump into 2020 and get rid of that fluffy dead weight that's been cat blocking your sales, this will be a 2 to 3 times ROI on your investment. 5K, you're ready to make 10, 15K? Because I'm calling it the cash infusion activation. For the right client, the one that's done a ton of work and knows themselves, but for some reason you're stagnating or you're not able to shift, this is it. Jump in. This is for you. Get in the glow up. All right, you guys, have a gorgeous Saturday. I'm going to go pick up my kids and take them to breakfast and spend a few hours with them. And then I'm going to go get my lashes done in Beverly Hills, honey. So I'll be back on at another time. And you know what? I want to pull a question card for you guys today. I want to pull a question card. And I have really, really exciting news. My next live stream is going to be hopefully about one of my clients who did their portrait. And she is dying right now. She's like, I'm literally dying. Her old self is dying. Her old self is dying. It's intense. It's amazing. And I can't wait to share what's going to happen with her. Hi, Arcelia. Welcome. You want to go back and watch the replay because I'm just about to sign off. But look at this. This is what we were talking about with our creativity and believing in our passion and purpose. Why am I capable and why am I good enough? You are capable, you are good enough, and anything holding you back ain't nothing but a construct. Let's release and regenerate it. Own your frequency, supernova. There is fucking nobody like you. Bring it. Happy Saturday. See you next time.